Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Bringing you the news from Sri Lanka and across the world, it's your national news broadcast on Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I'm Siobhan Pereira.
A very good evening indeed. I'm Sharifa Tahir. Let's take a look at the headlines.
The percentage of voting in the Alpitiya Pradesh Sabha election exceeds 63. The inspection of paddy and rice stocks in Ampara and Polonnaruwa. Israel attacks Iran as well as Syria. No incidents of damages have been reported. 98,000 tourists to Sri Lanka since the 1st of this month. The Sri Lanka netball teams becomes eligible to enter the Asian Cup final.
We move on to those and other stories in detail. Now we take a look at local news first. 63.4% of voters have cast their votes at the Alpitiya Pradesh Sabha election.
Now the full election result is scheduled to be released within a short period. The Alpitiya poll was conducted at 48 centres in 17 polling divisions. The total number of registered voters was 55,643. The voting, which commenced at 7 a.m., has successfully ended at 4 p.m. 18 parties and an independent group are contesting to gain possession of the 28 member positions in the Alpitiya Pradesh Sabha. The parties contesting the election are the Janatha Peramuna, Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, Samagijana Balavegya, Podujana Eksat Peramuna, Podujana Eksat Nidahas Sandhanaya, the National People's Power, Jatika Janatha Party and the Devana Parapura Party. Counting of votes has commenced at the centres where the voting has taken place. The election results will be released under the supervision of the Galle District Secretary. Galle District Returning Officer W.A. Dharmasiri said that the polling of the Alpitiya Pradesh Sabha has ended at 4 p.m. today. 63% of the registered voters has voted in 48 centres. The ballots were brought to the counting centres from the voting centres around 4:30 p.m. The results will be handed over to the district returning officer for announcing. Adequate police protection was enforced in voting and voting was conducted in an extremely peaceful environment.
Paddy and rice stocks in the Ampara and Polonnaruwa districts have been subjected to an inspection today. The program has been carried out according to the instructions given yesterday by President Amunugama Ranaka to officials of the Ministry of Agriculture. The paddy stocks have been jointly inspected by the officials of the Consumer Affairs Authority, District Agricultural Director's Office and the Ampara District Secretariat. The Department of Agriculture says that the paddy harvest in the previous Yalla season in the Ampara district was 272,000 metric tons. 177 paddy mills of small, medium and large scale are functioning in the district. In addition, the officials have also monitored business centres. Rice and paddy stocks in leading and other rice mills in the Polonnaruwa district has come under inspection of the officials of the Consumer Affairs Authority officials of Polonnaruwa district today. The officials have also focused special attention on the rice manufacturing process.
Now, a group of trade union representatives have enlightened Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya yesterday regarding problems currently existing in several sections in the education field. The meeting has taken place at the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister has discussed the issues with an alliance of Teacher Principal Trade Union Federation. The attention has been focused on problems prevailing in the services including teacher principal, teacher counselling as well as in Piriven teacher service. Prime Minister's Secretary Pradeep Saputantri and a group of officials were also present. Another meeting between the Prime Minister and the representatives of the Principal Service Union also took place at the Prime Minister's office. The representatives have focused the attention of the Prime Minister on many unresolved problems.
Israel says it has completed a major assault of Iran after more than a year of fighting, which began with an attack by Iranian proxy group Hamas on the Jewish state that has grown into a multi-front conflict directly involving Tehran and its other regional proxies. In a statement issued early today, the Israel Defense Forces said its warplanes safely returned home after conducting precise and targeted strikes against military targets in a number of areas in Iran. It issued the statement about 4 hours after the first reports emerged of explosions in Iran around 2:30 a.m. Tehran time. 2 Iranian soldiers were killed in the strike, state media reported, while other sources denied there had been serious damage. Following the airstrikes, Iran's foreign ministry said it had a right to self-defense and considers itself entitled and obligated to defend against foreign acts of aggression. Israel's military said it targeted facilities that Iran used to make the missiles fire at Israel as well as surface-to-air missile sites. While the US was made aware of the strikes ahead of time, it was not involved in the action, US defense officials say. The UK and US have warned against further escalation, while nations including Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt, the United Arab Emirates and Pakistan have all condemned the attacks. Israel bears full responsibility for the escalation of conflict in the Middle East, the Pakistan Foreign Ministry has said, adding that the Israeli strikes undermine the path to regional peace and stability.
And we have more local news for you. 2,447 Sri Lankan nationals have left for Israel to engage in employment in the agricultural field. Now, this has been the outcome of an agreement of mutual understanding signed between the government of Sri Lanka and Israel. 61 more Sri Lankan nationals have become eligible to gain employment in the agricultural sector in Israel. A program to provide air tickets and to enlighten them has taken place at the Foreign Employment Bureau yesterday. The latest departure to Israel comprised of the 53rd and 54th batches engaging in agricultural jobs. 13 of the prospective job seekers are scheduled to leave on the 30th, and the remaining group is expected to leave on the 6th and the 16th of next month. Job opportunities in the agricultural sector in Israel are made available only under the agreement signed between the two countries. Therefore, the Foreign Employment Bureau informs general public to refrain from handing over money to anyone else. Additional General Manager of the SLBFE, Gamini Senratyapa, said that not a single Sri Lankan engaging in employment in Israel or Lebanon have been subjected to any form of accident as a result of the war situation prevailing in the region.
President Amunugama says measures will be taken to stabilize the gem industry in the country. He was addressing a public rally at the Kahawatha Public Esplanade in Ratnapura today. The meeting has been organized with the aim of consolidating the victory of the National People's Power at the forthcoming general election. The rally was addressed by several candidates, including the leader of the Ratnapura district team, Shantha Padmakumara. The president further said the meeting attended by a massive crowd that all people should rally round the NPP to create a strong government which could carry forward the country's national policy. President Amunugama said that they are planning to conduct the provincial council election next year. The president said the municipal council and Pradeshya Sabha polls are also in deadlock. He has stressed the need to conduct these polls as well. The president further said that the post of presidency, the cabinet, the Pradeshya Sabhas and the political mechanism should be established in a strong manner. The agriculture sector of the country will be brought upwards speedily under their regime. The same expectation is valid for the fisheries industry as well. Other sectors that should be brought up expeditiously include the tourism industry. The government will bring out initially long-term economic plans. The president said that that Ratnapura has a significant position as a city of gem industry. Many environmental problems have cropped up regarding the maintenance of the traditional gem industry. The industry should not be subjected to any mishaps. It should be restored to its proper place through a methodical and sustainable program. Plans are underway to develop the gem industry. The traditional gem industry should be safeguarded as well as the environmental network. The gem industry will have to be upgraded scientifically. A group of intellectuals will have to deal with this issue. The President also said that the gem industry is not only a resource belonging to the present generation, but to the future generation as well. The government will be directed in the appropriate fashion. The opponents are daydreaming to topple the government, but the President has reiterated that NPP would not turn back without fully developing the country, and that is a guarantee extended to the people.
මේ රත්නපුර දිස්ත්‍රික්ක නියෝජනය කරමින් වැඩිම පිරිසීම සඳහා ඔබ කටයුතු කරන්න.
Now for more news from the campaign trail, the SJB leader Sajith Premdas says that under a government of Samagi Jana Balavegaya, the IMF agreement would be reviewed in order to present a new agreement. He was addressing a public meeting in Colombo Central yesterday. The meeting was organized by former parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman with the objective of consolidating victory of the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. SJP leader Sajith Premdas said that they have had a discussion with the IMF even several months prior to the presidential election. He has also recalled that not one discussion but several meetings were conducted. Sajith Premdas further said that when his party gained parliamentary majority on the 14th, their party is ready to sign a new IMF agreement that would definitely reduce VAT and direct taxes. Former parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman said that had Ranil Wickremesinghe not contested in the previous election, Sajith Premdas would have received 50% of the vote. He further added that a northern candidate had blocked 300,000 votes. Mujibur Rahman said that the candidate was put in the fray by Ranil Wickremesinghe. He had also blocked southern votes, he said. It was Ranil Wickremesinghe who defeated them.
Namal Rajapaksa says that the aim of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna is to appoint new leaders to parliament representing people in the upcountry. He made these remarks addressing a meeting in the Hatton town yesterday. The meeting was organized with the view of introducing the candidates contesting the Nuwara district under the SLPP at the forthcoming general election. National Organizer of the SLPP, Namal Rajapaksa, said that during the time of crisis, the voters had stood on their side. He said that the voters today have been accorded an opportunity once again to represent their camp and raise a voice. Namal Rajapaksa said that they represent the camp which had arisen with the political culture. Their aim is to safeguard all cultures. The SLPP national organizer also said the parliament is indeed of new leaders who are able to find solutions to the problems new Tamil youth representatives are needed. He also said that they have created a list of candidates comprising of media personnel, entrepreneurs and intellectuals in numerous fields with the aim of creating a new political generation.
Leader of the United Democratic Voice, Ranjan Ranaka, says that the party has been formed due to the need to have a clean political party without thieves. He was addressing a people's rally in Colombo today. The meeting took place at the Sugathadas Indoor Stadium in Colombo with the presence of party candidates and activists. Leader of the United Democratic Voice, Ranjan Ranaka, said that some people have inquired as to why they have set up a new party when there are so many other political parties in the country. Ranjan Ranaka also said that he was in prison for 7 months and 14 days. He has recalled that he was in the same prison cell where Namal Rajapaksa's bodyguard Julampiti Amare was earlier imprisoned at the Amunugama Palace prison. There had been many stories of groups trying to kill him in the prison because he was raising a voice against corruption and that he was attacking the Rajapaksas. Ranjan Ranaka has questioned as to why they joined parties infested with robbers and become their henchmen. He requested all to set up a clean party that would raise the voice of democracy. He also said that Ranjan Ranaka would become a voice to those who have no way of raising their voice.
පිරිසිදු පක්ෂයක් පිහිටමු. ඒ පක්ෂය තමයි එක්සත් ප්‍රජාතන්ත්‍ර
Kandy district candidate of the Sarva Janabalaya party, Dilum Amunugama, says that the opposition is also entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining good governance, just like the governing party. He reiterates that the role of the opposition should not be to drag the feet of the government elected through public vote. Dilum Amunugama has made these remarks at the Senkatagala electorate meeting of the Sarva Janabalaya party in Kandy yesterday. Candidate of the Sarva Janabalaya party, Dilum Amunugama, said that some mandate has been given to the government and the president. He has called on the public to extend support to the appropriate policies being implemented and also to inquire whether they are fulfilling the promises given. Dilum Amunugama also said if the ruling party engages in inappropriate activities which are outside of the purview, then the people should act against such policies. He said that they are not a primary opposition which is opportunistic in nature. The country needs an intellectual and brave opposition, and the Sarva Janabalaya is competing this time to fulfill this objective.
And now for an important topic. It's time for the week's economic review. Now let's find out what is happening to the coconut industry. The Association of Traditional Coconut Oil Manufacturers points out there would not have been coconut shortage in the country if the coconut production is being distributed methodically. The association, however, admits the fact that the coconut output is low these days. The country's annual coconut harvest exceeds 3.2 billion nuts. The All Ceylon Traditional Coconut Oil Manufacturers Association further says that Sri Lanka's coconut harvest has gone up due to the new cultivations commenced in the north, productive outcome of the coconut triangle in the south, as well as coconut harvest in home gardens. The Coconut Cultivation Board is engaged in a successful undertaking by selling coconuts via lorries throughout the island as a means to control the rising coconut prices. The aim is to provide coconut at a reasonable price. And we have your foreign news coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
මෙවර ඩිප්ලොමැටික් ෆේසස් තුළින් ජපාන තානාපතිවරයා ඔබේ ආලින්දයට ඔක්තෝබර් 27 වන ඉරිදා රාත්‍රී 8:30ට අයිනාලිකාවෙන්
We now move on to news overseas. North Korea has reignited its Cold War-style psychological campaign by floating another garbage-filled balloon onto the presidential compound in Seoul, according to South Korean officials. The incident on Thursday marks the second time in 5 months that Pyongyang has covered parts of South Korea in rubbish and comes after South Korea's National Security Director Chang Ho-jin promised to take unbearable retaliatory steps to prevent it happening again. South Korea's Presidential Security Service said the garbage that fell on the compound carried no dangerous items. It was not immediately known whether President Yoon Suk-yeol was at the compound at the time of the balloon landing.
Prima Kutumi Fantamai.
Moving on to sports news, the Sri Lanka netball team has been successful in becoming eligible to enter the finals of the Asian Cup netball tournament today.
In the semi-finals, Sri Lanka beat Hong Kong to achieve this outstanding feat. This has been the 7th consecutive occasion of Sri Lanka gaining eligibility to enter the finals of an Asia Cup netball tournament. The tournament is currently being conducted in Bangalore in India. At close of first half in the semi-final match between Sri Lanka team was ahead of Hong Kong team with the score reading 36-21. In the second half, the Sri Lankan team has added 35 more points to its tally and the Hong Kong team had to be satisfied with only 26 points. The final score was 71-47 in favour of the Sri Lankan team. Final is scheduled to be conducted tomorrow. The Sri Lankan netball team has won the Asia Cup netball trophy in 6 previous occasions.
It's a 7th final for the Sri Lankans in a row. We'll battle it out tomorrow to make it 3 out of 3.
Rain has obstructed the third one-day match of the current series between Sri Lanka and the West Indies teams now being played at the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium in Kandy. Sri Lanka was at 81 runs for the loss of 1 wicket when the game was interrupted. The West Indies team, after winning the toss, has handed over Sri Lanka the opportunity to bat first. Accordingly, the Sri Lankan inning was opened by Pathum Nissanka and Avishka Fernando. The first wicket fell when Avishka was out for 34 runs. 17 overs and 2 deliveries were conducted when the play was temporarily halted. Pathum Nissanka remains not out at 44.
That's 4. That's the first rare shot been put away for 4. He's been... What a shot that is. That is a very good... The ball was so difficult to get away, but not this one. Lovely shot. What a shot to finish the over. Pathum Nissanka has done it in style.
Catch it!
In the air and gone. He had done.
Come on and get those with these covers and get that whole outfield covered in.
Cricket news from Indian soil. New Zealand has been successful in securing a 113-run victory in the second test of the current series against India. Now, with this victory, New Zealand has been able to win the test series even with 1 match remaining to be played. This has been the first test series victory secured by the Black Caps against India in the Indian soil. The match was played in Pune. The New Zealand team has scored 259 runs in their first inning. The Indian team has responded with 156 runs in their first inning. The New Zealand second innings was restricted to 255 runs. Accordingly, India was faced with a victory target of 359 runs. The Indian team, however, have managed to score only 245 runs all out. Yashasvi Jaiswal 77, Mitchell Santner had captured 6 wickets. The New Zealand team has secured victory in day 3. The last time India lost a test cricket series in India was in the 2012-13 match season.
And that completes one of the most remarkable achievements in New Zealand Test match cricket history. They have beaten India
in India in a series. This is no fluke. They have out.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai.
And that was a comprehensive look at your news here at Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. I am Siobhan Pereira together with Sharifa Tahir. Wish you a very pleasant evening. Take care.
Take care.